Hey, what's up guys, this is Vimal here and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's video is going to be super interesting because we'll be doing something very awesome in this video. I'll tell you guys how to make a pizza delivery drone at your home. Whoa, that sounds awesome, right? But it's not that easy. I've been working on this project since many months and I can't wait to show you what I've done so far. I'm super excited for the video, so let's get started. Alright, so first let me show you the drone that I'll be using to deliver a pizza. I'll be using my favorite DJI Mavic Pro. It's a quite compact yet a powerful drone and is definitely capable of carrying stuff from one place to the other. Now instead of Mavic Pro, we can also use other drones like the Phantom or the Mavic Air. Basically, the drone should be stable while flying, powerful enough, and should definitely have GPS. Since I have the Mavic Pro, I'll be using this one only. You can't use those cheap tiny drones which you get in the market because they're not suitable for this project. So once you have a drone like this, the next thing you need to do is gather a lot of electronic components and assemble a delivery module. Now these parts are not that easily available anywhere. It took many months for me to gather and make this module. And some of these are also 3D printed, so this is how the module looks like. Basically what it does is, it automatically locks or releases a lever depending on an LDR. Now I'm not sure if you guys know what an LDR is. LDR stands for Light Dependent Resistor. If you've done engineering, you might be knowing this. LDR is a component that varies its resistance depending on the light intensity falling on it. So this whole module works on a simple light sensitive detector circuit. I'll show you the complete working also in this video. So what we need to do is, we need to fix this module on top of the Mavic. And for that purpose, I've 3D printed some clamps by taking exact measurements of my drone. So let me give you an overview on this module. Inside the module, there's a circuit that takes care of all the functioning and is powered by a 3.7V lithium battery. We also have some status LED indicators at the top, and these two buttons at the top are used for calibrating and fine-tuning the shaft movements on the right. Coming to the other side, we've got some switches and ports. There's a power on off slide switch, a cable connected to the gearbox below that, a USB charging port, and one more cable connected to the external LDR. Well, that was about the module. Now let me tell you how this thing actually works. So I have told you previously, this module has a shaft which is controlled by the gearbox depending on the LDR's resistance value. Now you might be thinking, from where will the light fall on LDR, right? Well, for that purpose, we'll be using Mavic's headlight. Yes, we will be fixing the LDR sensor to Mavic's front legs near the headlights. The drone's headlights are controllable through its remote control. So by turning the headlights on or off, you can lock or release the shaft with this module and deliver the package wherever you want. So this is how the LDR looks like. It's a tiny light dependent sensor which changes its value depending on the light intensity falling on it, and that results in the movement of the shaft. This tiny LDR is fixed in this 3D printed part. 3D printing is very easy. There are a lot of sources both online and offline where you can get your designs 3D printed. You just need to give them your CAD design files to 3D print these parts. I would definitely say it's a quite expensive project and also very time consuming. The drone itself costs around like 1.2 lakhs. Then again, you need to invest in buying these electronic components, 3D printing parts and all that. Moreover, it took many months to make this happen because most of the parts and components were not available in India, so I had to import them from other countries. I'm still not 100% satisfied with this project, but it's good enough to be able to make a video on it. And also I wanted to show you guys what I was actually working on. Okay, so let me power it on and show you. It works on a simple 3.7V battery. And there you go. You first need to calibrate and fine-tune the shaft movement, and then it's ready to be used. So this is how the mechanism works. Whenever you block the light falling on the LDR, the shaft will move forward just like this. And when you remove your finger, light falls on the LDR and the shaft will pull back the rod to its initial position. It works perfectly fine as you can see in the video. If you've done engineering and have knowledge about electronics and robotics, it is very easy to understand the concept. Okay, so coming to the application, how we'll attach a pizza box is, we'll be using a rubber band tied to one end of the string and the other end of the string tied to any sort of object like a pizza box, a toy or anything else. Let me just show you. So this is how the rod will hold the rubber band tied to any object, and when you remove the finger, it will release the object. So that is how the drone delivery system works. Pretty cool, right? Now we just need to fix this whole thing on top of the drone. But before that, let me just quickly show you the rubber band and the string I'll be using to attach objects to the drone. It's a simple rubber band and a piece of string. It's actually thread that I found at my home. I'll be using these things to fix the pizza box to the drone. And to fix the gearbox module on top of the drone, we'll be using these DIY 3D printed clamps. You can get them 3D printed yourself very easily just by taking correct measurements of your drone. And to fix the clamps, I'm using some M3 screws and nuts which you can get from any hardware store. So let me just put it on top of my drone and show you. So it goes over here like this. As you can see, it has exact cutout so it doesn't interfere anywhere, and the bottom clamp fixes like this. Now just tighten both of them with screws, but before that you need to fix the gearbox module to the top clamp and then fix the bottom clamp to the drone. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just fix all these parts to my Mavic and be right back to continue the video. Alright guys, I'm back. I fixed everything on my drone and this is how it looks like. The drone looks dope, right? With all the high-tech stuff going on. I've already told you that we'll be fixing the LDR on the Mavic's headlight, right? And by switching the headlight on or off, we can release or lock the shaft. The Mavic's remote supports button customization, so you can easily set the headlight on off to any of the custom buttons available on the remote. It works perfectly fine. Let me just give you guys a closer look. As you can see, by pressing the button, the shaft moves and either pushes or pulls the rod. Okay, so now it's time to test with the rubber band. I've already tied a string to the band. Now let's lock it and see. There you go, the mechanism has locked onto that. It won't let go of that until you once again press the button on the remote. It's quite strong enough to carry objects. Now all we need to do is tie some object to the other end of the string and fly the drone. The object will fly with the drone until you release the lock from the remote, just like this. Now that is what I call awesome. I can't wait to put this thing to a test. Now this thing can not only be used to deliver pizzas, you can use it for a lot of other useful stuff like carrying small objects or delivering medicines to remote places. Super useful, you know. Okay, so let's go out and put this drone to a test. We'll be first flying it with a small toy and see how it goes. Because this is our first flight and I don't want to take any risk. You know, if something happens like the thread gets stuck in the propeller midair, the drone will stop flying and may crash on the ground. So we're being very careful here. Me, my dad and my sister have really worked a lot on this project. We spend a lot of time and effort and hope everything goes well. So before taking off, let's first test if the drop mechanism is actually working. Yep, as you can see, it's working perfectly fine. Alright, let's take off and see if the drone is able to lift objects starting with this toy. Holy smokes guys, you see that? It could easily fly with the toy. The gearbox mechanism itself weighs around like 250 to 300 grams and on top of that the toy was around 80 to 100 grams. But it was a piece of cake for the Mavic. It's flying very easily and is not even flinching. Awesome, right? So like this you can deliver anything like small toys with the help of your drone. The mechanism was working great just as expected. To deliver the item, all we need to do is fly the drone to the destination and toggle the headlight button on the remote, and the mechanism will release the lock and leave the item at the destination. I was super glad because the first flight was successful. After spending so much of time and effort, when you get the desired result now, it makes you feel really happy. Landing the drone was also a bit tough and risky because there were chances of the string getting stuck in the propellers. So we were being very careful and cautious because it's not some cheap drone. By mistake also, if anything happens and the drone falls, we would have to face a huge loss. So that was our first flight with the toy. It was a success. Now is the time to finally fly the drone with a pizza box. But I won't be actually flying it with a real pizza. I'll only put an empty box because I'm not sure if the Mavic can actually carry that much weight. I don't want to take any risk and want it to be on the safer side. So here is the pizza box guys. We've attached it to the drone with the help of a string and the rubber band. As I've told you just now, there's no pizza in the box, it's empty. I ate the pizza before flying. Alright, so let's take off and see how it goes. Whoa ho ho, look at my drone carrying pizza box. That is so awesome. It could easily lift it without any issues. So like this guys, you can deliver pizza to your friend's home. Not only for pizza, this project can be super useful for other stuff also. Like it can be very helpful for hospitals. In the case of any emergencies, we can program drones to deliver any important medicines to patients living in remote places very easily. That's a super useful idea, right? But I was not 100% satisfied yet and my project still needs some improvements. Like what happened was when I pressed the button to release the lock, the rubber band would slide down and get stuck in a hole in its frame. So it was not completely dropping from the drone. We had to manually take it from the string. So in the future I have to come up with something else like remove that rubber band and make a hook with the thread itself so the drone could easily drop the item. And also guys, I'm planning to add a parachute in this delivery system. Like how cool would that be? Imagine dropping pizzas with parachutes attached to them on top of your friend's house. I will definitely work on that, improve my project, and will surely make another video for you guys. Do let me know if you guys are interested in watching that. And also next time I'll definitely put a real pizza and fly the drone. Also one more thing I'd like to say, fixing all that mechanism on the Mavic was a bit difficult because Mavic is a compact and portable drone, right? Instead of Mavic, I felt the Phantom 4 Pro would have done a better job because it's big, has handles at the bottom and is more rugged than this one and would be much easier for this project. Do let me know what do you guys think about it in the description box below. Well, I had a lot of fun today and hope you guys also enjoyed the video. My project was definitely working, it was successful and we all were really happy. So that was it for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos. And I'll see you in the next one.